Hi guys, Dr. Vidya here, and life transformation coach. So I just saw the my amazing mentor Bob Proctor, as well as my other mentor, Dr. Spencer Paul, live, and it was via webinar, live from Canada, and it's absolutely phenomenal. Amazing teaching, and I basically wanted to share it with you because this is the foundation of my coaching program, as well of my wealth building program, which I'd love to share with you. So PM me and comment down below if you're interested. Now I want to go through this. It's absolutely amazing, so I absolutely have to share this with you. Okay, so I've got my notes here as well. Now the key thing to take away from today is that you have to harness your inner power. Okay, you must harness your inner power and have 100% absolute belief and faith in yourself, and trust the process, trust the path that you're on, and just keep going. Okay, there are the main book mentioned is Think and Grow Rich, which I know has a bit of a funny name, but it's not some get rich quick scheme book at all. It's filled with so much wisdom. I'm working through it my way through it now, and it's phenomenal and has such amazing lessons from many of the millionaires of our time, Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, some amazing people to really learn from and learn the lessons. And that's where these lessons come from, 100% belief, pretty much law of attraction. Yes, obviously you have to work the work in a strategic way, but you also have to work the work very much with mindset. Look, this is like an athlete, like Usain Bolt. It's a bit like him deciding, I am number one, right? I am number one. Now, obviously, he has to put in all that training and the hours on the track, and that doesn't stop. Obviously, you have to do that early starts, training, nutrition. You have to do that, of course. But there are also probably a million other athletes doing that as well who have never got to his position. And the difference? Mindset. It's absolutely mindset. So the fact is that he had made a decision. I am number one. Muhammad Ali, I am the greatest. They decided, I am the greatest. I'm number one. I am the fastest. And they decided those things before they actually achieved their goal. And therefore, because of that, they started vibrating on a higher level. They started vibrating on a higher level of themselves. Does that make sense? A higher level of themselves. They became the higher version of themselves. It's amazing stuff, right? So they became a higher version of themselves. So they started, if you imagine it's like a radio station, they tuned into that frequency of their higher self, and they started having those thoughts, those beliefs, those actions, those feelings of that Usain Bolt and Muhammad Ali, who's achieved that goal, who is the greatest, who is the fastest, who is number one. And then they probably didn't know at the time the exact detail. Obviously, there was training and nutrition and all of those things, of course. But they might not have known how exactly they were going to do it, aside from what other people were doing, all the same training techniques, aside from doing it more, possibly. But they had decided, no matter what, this is happening. This is happening. And it started right now, and it's done. And after that, you can see it within them, that confidence, right? You can see that confidence in them. It's done. There's no pleading, I wish, I hope, oh gosh, will it happen? It's done. It's done. It's done. It's happening. And then they obviously put the work in, but it's done at a very different level. It's done at a different frequency. They're vibrating this positive, confident, amazing energy that basically means that, they go on and achieve those goals. So that's the beauty of this stuff. It's powerful stuff. Is you have to make a decision first. You don't think about the how. You don't think about, but will I have this, or how exactly will I do it, and all the ins and outs. And that's the problem, is that we often think, oh, I'll do this when this happens. I'll do this. I'll lose weight when this happens. I'll apply for this job when this happens. I'll change my career when this happens. And that happens bit never happens. Like, it never changes. So you never actually make the change. And surprisingly, the life stays exactly the same. And we wonder why we're not happy. And I'm not saying everyone's not happy, but we're wondering why we're not getting those results, that we truly want. And that's the reason why. And then the most important thing is you have to believe. Okay? So you have to 100% believe. Now, how do you believe? How do you know that you are 100% believing? Look at your results. Look at your life. And look at, are you 100% happy? This is me included, okay? Are you 100% happy? And you have to really look at that and think, if I'm not getting the results that I want, if I'm not living the life that I want and truly deserve, there's something wrong with my thinking. There's something I'm not truly believing that I'm able to do this, basically. That's how you know if you're actually truly believing. Now, how do you believe? Our beliefs are paradigms. P-A-R-A-D-I-G-M-S. I was worried I was going to spell that wrong for a second. Paradigms are basically a set of beliefs. It's our mental control over habitual behavior, so our habits. And these can be formed from birth. Sometimes, often it can be formed from our childhood. And they can be changed, but they're very much set otherwise if we don't do anything about them. And these paradigms are the reason for our results. Okay, so what we need to do is to work really hard on changing our paradigms, on changing these beliefs. And the way you do that is by forming new beliefs. Okay, like for example with affirmations. You form new beliefs, and naturally the old ones start to fall away once you repeat these new beliefs over and over again. And then what happens is that becomes your new belief system, and surprisingly you get new results. This can work for any aspect of your life, but paradigms, that's what it's all about. And that's the beauty of mindset, is that you can therefore change your whole life because you're changing your beliefs. And you're the controller, you are the creator of whatever it is that you want in your life. And that's why it's really important to focus on those things. So I've just drawn a diagram here on my amazing whiteboard. So you can see at the top, if you look here, I want you to imagine that each one of these lines is a different frequency of vibration. Imagine it's almost like a radio station, okay? So the dot represents where you are, and the star represents the goal. That's where you want to get to. So can you see it's on a completely different level? Now, I'm talking about a proper goal, not just sort of something you've already done before. I'm talking about a goal which basically really scares you, and you have no idea how you're going to achieve it. But that's what you want. That is your ultimate. That's the star. Now, what people do is that either most of the time they don't really believe they can achieve it. So you can see there's another dot and there's another dot on the same line. That means that you basically just get the same results over and over again. Your life doesn't change because you don't ever change your thinking. When you change your paradigm, when you change your thinking, what happens is you completely move to a different line. Can you see that? You have to move upwards. You have to vibrate up. You have to become a higher version of yourself. You have to become the best version of yourself. You should be thinking higher thoughts, taking better actions, better beliefs, and then better behavior. Okay? You have to be a leader. Don't depend on other people or how they're reacting towards you. Don't react, and you can change your life. respond appropriately. Now, below here, I've got what's called stick person. Obviously, this is backwards for you, sorry. But just, bear with me. Now, I know this looks like a really archaic, simple diagram, but it gives a simple diagram, but gives an absolute wealth of information, okay? So, stick person. We have our mind, and with our mind, so I can't point to it with my hands because I'm holding my phone and I'm holding the whiteboard. But we have, so the circle, it says this is our mind, okay? We have the conscious mind, which is at the top, and this is the educated mind. So this is things that we learn from our books. We sit a test, and if we're good enough, we get a good grade, and that makes us think that we're very knowledgeable and wise. That's our conscious mind. Then below that, we have our subconscious mind. And this is where our paradigms sit. This is our emotional behavior. This is also where emotional intelligence comes from. So it's very important. Now, the difference between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind is that the conscious mind is able to reason. It can accept or it can reject an idea. But the subconscious mind can't do that. It just accepts whatever's given to it, which is why you need to be really careful what you let into your subconscious mind. You need to be really careful the people you hang around with. I'm sorry to say. You need to be careful the kind of things that you're watching, you're reading, because all of this is feeding your subconscious mind, but like a child. Okay, so you be careful, what we allow our children to watch, parental controls. It's the same thing. What are the controls that you're having to your subconscious mind? This is why I don't watch the news. So you can think about that what you like. This is why I don't watch the news, because most of it is negative, because that's sensational, that's what sells, that's what's seen as it being interesting. And that just infects your subconscious mind like a virus and spreads all this negativity around. And often it can create a lot of anxiety. And we're already set that way anyway, and it's just not needed, really. So obviously, I'm not saying be completely ignorant about what happens in the world. I'm not saying that at all. But you don't need constant updates on your phone. When you can hear someone's phone go off every 5 minutes. Dun, 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 breaking news. And it's the same news. It's just like there's like one sentence that's been added to that news story. You don't need that. Just have a general idea of what's going on in the world and what's going on. You don't need to know every single detail and every single horrible, awful, horrific thing that's happening. We don't need to know every single thing, because it's not helping you. Because are you doing the same with positive news? Probably not. So therefore you're just hearing all this horrible negative stuff. So be careful what you feed your subconscious mind, okay? Someone could tell you something really awful, and you will then feel really awful and crap and rubbish. And who knows if that thing was true or not. But that's the subconscious mind. That's the way it works. So subconscious mind is where it happens. That's where the magic happens. We're changing our paradigm. We're changing our thinking. Therefore, we're changing our results, okay? Just bring that down there as well, backwards, so you can't read it. But the biggest thing is the vibration. You need to be a different person to yourself, essentially, right now. You need to be thinking higher thoughts, higher behavior, higher results. And then you get the goal. And you have to think as if, you have to act as if you have it right now. And that concept comes from this absolutely amazing book you have to read called The Power of Awareness, which is by Neville Goddard. And this essentially says, I'm going to paraphrase the whole book in a couple of sentences, so obviously I'm not going to do it justice, but essentially it's saying, believe. What you believe is what becomes your reality. If you are so negative that you really you're so negative about someone, or they're always doing this, oh gosh, I bet they're doing that. And if you constantly do that, what will happen is eventually that will become reality, because you've looked for it It starts to become your reality because you've looked for it so much that that's all you can see now in that person, or in that relationship, or in that job, or in that area, or whatever it is. Because that's all you've been looking for so long. That's all you start to see after a while. It becomes your reality. So belief system is very important. Act as if is another thing in power of awareness. What that essentially means is this goal, this star, and the vibration, the line it sits on, act as if you are that person right now. You are the same person, but what I mean by that is act as if you are that version, that higher version of yourself right now. What is that Vidya thinking who's achieved that goal? What is that Vidya thinking? Maybe you write it down. Write down those what you're writing are affirmations. Okay? And you write it down 20 times every day if you have to. Whatever your goal is, I am healthy, I'm happy, I am wealthy, I'm great at my job, I'm well respected. Whatever it is that you're aiming for, I have a higher income, I am worthy of being financially free, I am enough. Whatever it is, write it down. Money flows to me continuously from multiple sources and ever increasing quantities. Write it down every day, affirm it, and it will become your reality. Then what you have to do is the effortless way, which means you just let it go. You let it go, it's now done, you don't need to do it. Yes, you need to write the sentences, but you don't need to be thinking about it, sort of worrying about it constantly. What it means is effortless. So you just let it go, you relax. And it comes to you when you relax, and also obviously when you're taking action towards that goal. So what happens is when you're on that higher vibration, on that higher plane, you start to naturally think of ways, once you've made a decision, a committed decision, that this is happening, this goal is being achieved, no matter what. Once you do that, what happens is the subconscious mind, what does the subconscious mind do again? It accepts it, full stop, right? It can't accept or reject an idea. So it thinks, oh, okay, so I am that higher version right now. So it naturally starts taking action in order to achieve that goal, because it feels that that goal has now been achieved. I know it all sounds a bit backwards, but this works, this is true. So it starts taking action, and you start to think, you have an open mind, and you start to find all these amazing creative solutions that you never thought of before. Why? Because one, you've made a committed decision that this is happening. And two, you've absolute 100% belief and trust and faith in yourself and in the process. So that is where I'm going to leave it for now. I'm normally making 5-minute videos, but today I thought I'd make a bit of an extra longer one, because I really wanted to share all this amazing knowledge with you. But essentially, you can change your life. Now, this is the foundation of what I'm teaching, the foundation of what I'm mentoring all my clients with, and it's amazing stuff, and it's completely up to you. This is going to change your life, as it has done for me. And it's doing for me. And I got to the point also where I was just sort of like, you know what, like enough is enough, and I want to do things differently, and you can do the same. It's up to you. You can. This is why it's important about making decisions. Successful people make decisions quickly. They make it quickly because, again, like everything we just talked about, they're not thinking about the how and all the mini details. They've just decided, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. Do you want it or do you not want it? That's all you need to decide when you're making a decision. Do you want it or you don't want it? As my mentor, Dr. Paul would say. So, do you want it? Yes. Do you want this? Do you want a different life? Well, I can help you with that. Do you want it now Or do you want to wait 6 months? Do you want to wait? Do you want to make an excuse? Like, I'm going to wait until I have more of this, or I have more of that, or wait for this circumstance to change, or that, because I'm telling you, it will never change. I'm sorry to say that. That's just the way life is. That circumstance might go, and then something else will come into place, and something else. That's just life. Okay? There is no right time ever for this stuff. There's no right time to make the right decision. You just have to do it and make it happen. And I'm here to help you with that. If you're sick and tired and you want different results, I'm here to help you to change your thinking. And your life can be completely different 3 months from now. Can you imagine that? 3 months. 3 months from now. It's the 18th, is it? Yeah, it's the 18th of September. 3 months from now, so 18th December, your life could be so different. 6 months from now, March 18th, your life could be completely different to how it is now. You could have more income, more time. You could have the life that you want, more quality time with your family, the career that you want, more confidence, a happier, healthier relationship, lost weight, happier, healthier in that way. That your life can be completely different in all aspects of your life, or a particular aspect, or whatever it is for you. Because that's the beauty, is that this is transferable across the plane in your life, across the plane. So look, I'm going to put a link in the description down below, so that you can hit me up with a call. We can jump on a call and have a chat about whatever's going on with you. This stuff works. I'm a doctor. I look at stuff which works and which is in line with my values and my ethics. And I'm here to help you and to coach and mentor you. So call me, book an appointment, and then we can have a call and discuss where you are. Let me help you, and let's do this. Let's do this. Let's invest, the time and energy and money and everything that it takes to get the life that you truly deserve, and just do it. And it's up to you. What is it that you want? You choose the result. Okay, and let's get you there. This is amazing stuff. Great. Okay, guys, comment down below if there's any questions or whatever it is, and I'll definitely get back to you, or private message me and I can get back to you that way. And I just want to say thank you so much. Absolutely amazing, amazing stuff, and I'd love to share it with you with my wealth building program. All right, much love, guys. See you later. Bye.